in the face, it does stuff to your head.
So this was a crazy, crazy relationship.
Yeah, she had full anger management. She went to anger management, stopped going, flipped out, and beat me up again. I was like, I'm sorry, baby.
Did you have to call the cops?
No, what I did, because she used to punch me. At first, I used to try and block it and stuff, because I got a bit of a fighting background, so I try to get out of the way. It's just instinctively a good thing to do.
Right.
But then I found, through experience of being beaten on a regular basis, to not move and to actually catch the worst one would end it. Because all she wanted was that feeling of that, I fucking got you good, you fucking pot-smoking bitch.
Why would she hit you? What was the reason?
Lying about smoking weed.
That's it. She couldn't stand it.
That's all.
So you smoked weed. You've done drugs. I take it in your life.
I did heroin, Artie.
Did you really? How'd you like that?
Yeah, it was so fucking terrible. I'm so glad I don't do it.
Really? Well, it is terrible.
I chased the dragon for a while. When I was back, I moved back to Australia with that wife who used to beat me for being high, and I was like, I'll one up you now, motherfucker. I will now do heroin.
And you tried it, and it wasn't your thing.
I chased the dragon every day for about 6 months, and it was really good, and I was really into that. And then it escalated because I used to get a lot of prostitutes around then. I got 2 prostitutes who had heroin, and they only because they were junkie prostitutes.
So while you were married, you were banging junkie prostitutes?
Yes.
Well, that's why your wife was beating you.
Yeah, but she didn't know that.
Yeah, but I mean, still, she probably sensed you weren't really
I did that because she beat me. She started it, Howard.
Jason, were you shooting? Were you shooting heroin?
I did. A hooker shot heroin into me.
The same thing happened? Well, not a hooker, but a girl.
I bought 2 hookers. And they took me back to their weird little fucking junkie den or whatever.
Wow, this should happen.
I was doing one of them. They injected me, and then I did one of them. And then I wasn't feeling so good. Yeah. And then they were like, you should just go to this park over here. And they walked me to a park, and I started throwing up in the park.
Wow.
And then they weren't there anymore. And then I was like, fuck, I think they're not coming back. And then I went to walk off and check my wallet, and they took all the money out of my wallet, which was it was perfect. It was exactly, it's the only way I learned shit.
But that's the exact same thing. Did they skin pop you, or they didn't tie you off? They just
No, they tied me off.
They did.
Yeah, they boomed me.
He just told us that.
So you were paying them for this experience?
Yeah, I bought all their heroin and for them to rob me and steal me.
But you seem like a guy who's into health. You seem like a guy.
I am now, but not then. No, I was a train wreck. For my whole life, I've always drank too much and
But why did you have to pay women? You're a good-looking guy. Why do you have to?
Because I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to know you.
You can't stand women.
It's not that. It was just a time in my life where I was always wasted all the time, so a conversation where somebody that I actually might be attracted to, I would never want to have sex with them because I would feel bad that they were having sex with me because all I had in my mind were evil thoughts. I just was up to no good.
How did you get rid of all this stuff? Did you go to therapy? Or?
My father died of a heart attack. Hey, I'm ready for you, motherfucker. I got plenty more of that. Yeah. Then my little brother died. If you want to play the song, Fred, go ahead.
That's gay.
It's gay that my brother died.
How did your little brother die?
My little brother stole, him and his friends stole a tractor steamroller up at my holiday house.
Wow.
And they were running over trees on the side of the cliff, and one of the poles flipped the steamroller off the cliff and killed him. 24 years old.
Wow.
So you and your...
Names on my hands and...
Terrible. And you and your brother are into these extreme kinds of actions.
My other brother is top 10 motocross guy in Australia.
I mean, it's unbelievable. You guys have almost a death wish. I mean,
it's not really a death wish. It's to live. It's a live wish.
In other words, to do and be free and do whatever it is and don't worry about death. Cheat death.
You know what? To cheat death is not the way either. Maybe now for me it's become that way, but when I was younger, I was just hungry to be scared. I wanted to scare myself. I was always trying to push myself. The feeling of being weightlessness in the air was such a passion for me that if there was anything that I could get involved in that would shoot me in the air and a potential injury could come with it, I was all there.
But you didn't care about yourself in a way. It's
in a way,
I don't care
maybe.
What happens to my body. I don't care what... Are
you breaking me down right now?
Yeah, I mean, what's going on?
It's the attraction to heroin, too.
How many broken bones have you had?
I don't know. I lost count after 20.
Really?
Yeah.
20 broken bones.
Yeah, broken bones aren't that bad. Really?
Do you ever wonder why you and your 2 brothers all were sort of like that same thing?
Yeah. Well, because my father was a fucking idiot. He was
what was wrong with him?
He was a crazy man. He was one of those people who was I loved him, but he was a crazy guy. Might have a bit of a drinking problem. He was a little potentially angry, irresponsible, slept with a lot of women, never really...
And what do you think? You identify with him by doing all this?
I think so, yeah. I think I'm very similar to him. I spend ever since he died and my brother died, they both died in like under a 2-year period.
So you don't really see your father's behavior as negative. You worship it. You idolize it.
Yeah, and now I have a daughter and a real wife where I'm in a real relationship and I don't do drugs and all that kind of stuff. And the older my daughter gets, the more I see that I wasn't really raised at all.
Why do you think this is so attractive to you? Why do you think you need to make your father into a hero rather than a bad guy?
Because he made me. If I have to admit that my father was a piece of shit, that's not a way that I want to walk around for the rest of my life. I know he really loved me. I just know he was an irresponsible guy. And
that's how I feel about my dad, too. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, he did that. I listened to your show. Your dad's the same thing. He was a tough, fucking hard-ass dude. And
I think Jason's brother would say, and I agree to some extent, I think what he's saying is, I think his brother would rather have lived 24 years the way he lived than 80 years like a boring motherfucker.
We all say that.
You know, I mean,
all four of us.
But meanwhile, he's not here, and he hasn't had a chance to have a love life.
I know exactly what it's done. Yeah. It's ruined everybody. My stepmother is a mess. My other brother is the most depressing person on the face of the earth. The only person that really made a move after putting my brother in a coffin and handling that funeral like in the same place that I did my father's under 2 years before, I was just like, is this a fucking... What is this? What's going down? Because I remember thinking the Ellis families can't be breaking, it can't be beaten, and now all of a sudden I think it can be, and any day I'm going to die. And that's what stopped me from drinking and taking drugs. Yeah, I was like, I'm next.
I used to see this attitude when I'd hang out with Sam Kinison. I'd say, here's this guy on top of the world, and he'd say, I don't care, I live life on the edge, and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, he's not here anymore.
But, Sam didn't take himself out. He was hit by a drunk driver.
Was. But, his lifestyle was so out there. And, he'd be a rebel, and he would say, I don't care, and this and that. I'm going to live life to the fullest. But believe me, his life was in turmoil. It was a painful, painful life.
Look
I'm
what
not
Sam
the same guy anymore, Howard. I'm telling you, I've completely changed my life around. I do dangerous stuff when it comes to fighting, and I still do skateboard stuff and motocross stuff. But
fighting?
Yeah, I'm a pro fighter. I'm an amateur boxer and a pro cage fighter.
Really?
Now,
undefeated, Lang.
Where do you do this?
I ain't touching it.
Where do you do this? Where do you go to do cage fighting?
I train at Fortune Boxing Gym for my hands and stuff like that. And I used to train at Quest in Temecula, but now I just train with... all my friends are like pro fighters, some of the best guys in the world. So
I saw a video where you had Pink. I guess Pink is a friend of yours.
Yeah.
The singer.
She put a vagina on the back of my neck one day.
Is that right?
Yes, I felt
nice. it. Very, very nice girl. I've had her on the show.
She's a lovely girl. Her and her husband, my best friends.
So I saw
in Huntington.
I saw a video where you had her on your radio show.
Yep.
And you said to her, "Punch me in my face as hard as you can."
Yeah, chicks punching me is pretty cool.
And at first she was kind of like, she hit you like, and you said, no, hit me hard. And she took her fist and punched you right in the eye. Like,
no drugs, Howard. No drugs.
It's like Raging Bull.
What do you think that's all about?
Well, I think when it comes to the radio, I'll do whatever I got to do to amuse people. And I think, Howard, you have your thing, I have my thing, and a part of the things I have, I'm very good at being punched in the face by females.
But are you an adrenaline junkie? Is that what's
so fucking cheesy, Robin.
That's gay, right?
It is gay.
What are you, a bumper sticker?
But I had switched drugs to being kicked and punched in the face, and it does. The passion that I have for fighting, and when I say passion for fighting, it doesn't mean I want to walk on the street and punch innocent people in the face.
Right.
I do it for a sport, and I really live for it. I love it. I visualize it all the time, just like I had with skateboarding. It's the other thing that I do that keeps me away from the stuff that I might want to go do.
Why did you... This might be the most extreme thing I ever read about you. And by the way, we are here with Jason Ellis, who has the Jason Ellis Show today and every weekday from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Faction Sirius Channel 28 and XM Channel 52, so you can join him. And
Number 2, Stern. Number 2.
Number 2, and rising fast.
Yes.
Great guess.
Yes, great guess. Why did you have sex with China the wrestler? China Doll, she now calls herself. She's very, very muscular.
She's a dude. Didn't like the masculine.
I do. No, variety is a spice of life, Robin, and I never fucked a dude before, and the opportunity came.
Yes, you have.
And I fucking took it. I didn't fuck that dude. He blew me.
Okay. So why did you have sex?
She came on my show, And I met her, and I've always wanted to sleep with a weightlifter.
Right.
I just wanted to.
And
I'd never seen. Matter whether it was a man or a woman.
He's not a dude.
Lou Ferrigno wasn't available.
So you.
I'm just waiting for the fucking the impersonation.
So you meet China on your show. This is now. Are you separated from your second wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the opportunity arose.
Yeah, she was looking in my eyes, and I said something to her about she looked lovely or something like that, and then I realized in her eyes that nobody fucking says that to her, and she's really a sad case.
She is melted.
Yeah, so I really like talking about this, just so you know, my wife is probably listening, and